Now from the Global Maritime Studios, the Nova Scotia Evening News with Ron KRONSTEIN.
Good evening. It's been in the works since the 1980s, but will it ever actually happen? Halifax City Councils have received a report on the feasibility of building a sports stadium. Canada is hosting the 2015 FIFA World Women's Cup, and if Halifax wants to be one of the cities to play host, it needs to have a 20,000-seat stadium. That's something Moncton already boasts. Global's Rebecca Lau has been looking into this story today. Rebecca, where does it go from here?
Ron, the idea of a stadium has been kicked around for a few years now, and the release of today's study could finally get the ball rolling on the project. If you build it, they will come. Or will they? Halifax's long dream of getting its own stadium is one step closer to reality. And with it, tournaments, professional sports, and big-name acts.
It's not a matter of if a stadium is built, but when it will be built. If I have my way, I'd like to see one under construction by next year, because if we're going to be involved with the World Women's FIFA, we certainly have to get that going as well.
The stadium feasibility study follows a series of open houses last month to gauge public input. It found the city could benefit from a multi-use stadium with between 10 and 20,000 seats, either permanent or temporary. And it wouldn't be just for big events.
From our perspective, that's really the key. It's something that has to be able to be used by the community, on an ongoing basis. And if we can't put something like that together, then it's unlikely that it makes sense just to have something that would be used once or twice a year.
But then there's the question of cost.
The idea is it's going to cost money, and I hope that we get private donors that can help build it. We want to have it here, but we want to make sure that it's paid for. We don't want to put any more burden on taxpayers.
The stadium in Moncton, for instance, is built on land owned by the University of Moncton. The city leases the stadium, and both share the operating costs. As for where the Halifax Stadium will go, a popular suggestion has been Shannon Park, the abandoned military barracks in Dartmouth. Council will discuss the study's findings on Tuesday, and if it's a go, the next phase will be to choose a site and start the design. Rebecca Lau, Global News, Halifax.
The study says the project will need government money and that the stadium could generate up to $5.3 million in economic spin-offs. By the way, Halifax is the only Canadian city bidding for the FIFA Women's World Cup that doesn't already have a stadium. An editorial cartoon in the Cape Breton Post this week continues to cause debate right across the country. The cartoonist used the recent tragedy in Norway in an attempt to show that the face of evil knows no country, no ethnicity, or political stripe. But it's not so much the message that has drawn complaints, it's how he illustrated it that's drawing complaints and calls for apologies. Global's Russ White explains.
The cartoon makes no secret. It's all